All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to kick things off with Cameron Lewis taking on Anthony Chapa in an amateur mixed martial arts bout. Let's hand it over to our ring announcer, Colin Cantrell.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me welcome to the cage our first contestant of the evening, representing Paradigm, Cameron Lewis.
All right, gentlemen, the time has arrived. Here we have Cameron Lewis, representing Paradigm, has been training for the last 4 years, 6 foot tall, officially weighed in at 166.6 pounds, a little bit under that 170-pound weight limit, but he's looking ripped and he is looking ready. How do you guys like it?
Yeah, Lewis coming in here, he's looking in phenomenal shape, you know what I'm saying? He looks like he has a long reach advantage too. He's got the height, you know what I'm saying? So let's see if we're going to see him be able to deliver some big knockout blows in this first fight here in the Elevate FC cage tonight.
I talked to him backstage and asked, before your debut fight, are you nervous? How you feeling? And he said, I think I'm the appropriate level of nervous. I'm as nervous as I'm supposed to be, which is, I think that's a good thing. I think if you're not nervous, you're probably doing something wrong. But you don't want to be overly nervous. So I think he's in a good headspace right now. So I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, it's like he's controlling that fire, you know what I'm saying? That fire in your belly and then controlling that fire so you're going to be able to unleash it inside the cage, you know what I'm saying? Use that, weaponize that nervousness, you know what I'm saying, to make you sharp.
Cameron Lewis, ready for action.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing Bushy Bond League City, Anthony Chapa.
And here we have, making his way to the cage, Anthony Chapa has been training for the last 3.5 years, representing Bushy Bond, 5'11", weighed in a little bit over the welterweight limit at 172.9 pounds. But at the amateurs, they're not going to find you anything. What do you think about that, Ricky? Even if he's a little bit overweight, what do you think of that when guys come in a little overweight for the fight?
You know, truthfully, if I'll just say that right now, that's what the amateurs right here, this is what it's for. We're here to practice, right? I still think that it's very important, though, no matter what, to still make weight all the time, you know what I'm saying? And that's what the amateurs is for. Like I'm saying, this is your practice run, so you're using these as your repetitions so that you're focusing on your diet, focusing on that weight cut, you know what I'm saying? So that way when the time comes, you're ready to make that that first battle on the scale good, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, here we have Chapa entering inside the octagon right now.
I think both these guys need to take a lesson from this. Missing weight by almost 2 pounds is never the answer. But I would also say coming in 3.5 pounds underweight is maybe just as criminal. Like if you're an amateur, you cannot do that. You need to put on that healthy weight. You need to be competitively balanced, and especially in the amateurs where, like you said, the guy might be 2 pounds overweight. There's not much wiggle room.
Should be an interesting bout. Let's hand it over to our ring announcer, Colin Cantrell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ULH Event Center right here in the land that don't stop, Houston, Texas. Lopez Promotions presents to you the Elevate Fighting Championship Fight Night 3. Tonight's fight sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Program Administrator Greg Alvarez. Our first fight of the evening has been scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each. It is being brought to us by Lone Star Injury Attorneys. This fight will be contested in the welterweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet tall, official weight 166.5 pounds. This mixed martial artist is making his debut this evening, fighting out of Houston, Texas, Cameron Lewis. And across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighed in at 172.75 pounds. His record stands, no wins, a single loss. Fighting out of Dickinson, Texas, Anthony Chapa. Referee in charge of the action, J.J. Ferraro.
Man, this is super exciting. First fight of the night, gentlemen. Here we go. There's the tail of the tape. Cameron Lewis taking on Anthony Chapa. Both fighters looking for their first victory here tonight. Anthony Chapa, Cameron Lewis, and this fight is officially underway. Oh, looked like both fighters were southpaw there for a moment, but now it looks like Lewis is the southpaw, Chapa fighting conventional.
Yeah, ooh, nice little head kick
wow.
right there with the left foot.
Nice.
Slapped him in the face.
Yeah, just a little slap though right there. And then a right hook right there though from Chapa. Both fighters settling into the fight right now. This open stance game, right? Orthodox versus southpaw.
To me, it looks like Chapa is got a one-track mind. All these kicks, high kicks especially. If I'm Cameron Lewis, I think about maybe testing out some wrestling early in this fight because it looks like there's not much defense being put up here by Chapa on that front. Maybe a good chance to take some opportunity and show you've got that in your bag.
Amateur fights are three-minute rounds. As you're saying, AJ, if he tests the wrestling waters, a takedown could be pivotal in a short 3-minute round.
Dude, you're not lying. You get a takedown in a 3-minute round, it almost ends the round. I mean, it's hard to change anything after that.
Right there though, Chapa right here coming with the combinations. Left high kick and then followed by with the pressure with the two fists. Another push kick right here down the middle right here from Chapa.
Yeah, Chapa very aggressive. He's pushing forward.
Man, Lewis caught one coming in.
High kick right there from Lewis. That's the thing with that open stance game, you know what I'm saying? Both of them with Chapa looking for the back right roundhouse kick, and then Lewis in the southpaw stance, the roundhouse kick with the left leg.
He caught a kick and countered. I thought maybe he was going to catch that kick and wrestle off of it, but seems like both guys content to make this kind of a kickboxing match.
It looks like Lewis is looking for his openings, looking for the right moment as Chapa has been peppering away, scoring some good shots. Nothing super solid, though.
I like that outside kick followed straight up by an inside kick. But again, it's very Chapa. What he's doing is very predictable. It's a lot of kicks, and now Lewis is starting to get the timing on him.
Just under a minute left in this opening fight.
And I think a lot of the times, especially at the amateur level, it's guys aren't as comfortable in range, and so they'll kick a lot more than they'll punch because they feel safer when they're in kicking range than when they're in punching range. And sometimes you kick a little bit too much, and it can be to a detriment. But so far, it's working. He hasn't really been punished for it yet. Chapa hasn't.
Yeah, he's definitely coming with that kickboxing game. You could tell that this is something that he's been practicing for sure. You know what I'm saying? Coming with the boxing and then the kicks as well. You know what I'm saying?
Chapa there looked like putting a little bit of pressure onto Lewis, backing him up. Let's see which fighter decides to end strong. Put a lasting impression on the judges. Short time left. Who's going to score that last shot? And round one comes to a close.
Very competitive round. I give a slight edge to Chapa because it felt like he was pushing forward the whole time. I mean, it was almost exclusively with kicks, too, which is kind of weird, but that to me controlled the fight. He decided where the fight was going to be, and both guys did some good stuff in that round, but I'm going to give a slight edge to Chapa there.
He was putting his combinations together, you know what I'm saying? He was in there, he was using the kicks a lot, and then throwing his punches with the pressure, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what kind of adjustments Lewis is going to make coming into this second round. For sure, like you said earlier in the commentary, Todd, perhaps maybe coming in with a little bit of grappling, maybe he makes that switch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what adjustments Cameron Lewis makes. There we see Antonio Chapa getting some instructions from his corner, and there we see Cameron Lewis. Let's see if he's going to make some adjustments, see if he takes it into the grappling realm. And also, Cameron Lewis, this is his first fight. He could have been just kind of testing the waters a bit, didn't want to expert too much energy. We may see him really open up in this second round.
I hear you.
Round two underway.
There he goes right there. Lewis coming with the pressure now.
Yeah, he's a lot more aggressive, you could tell. Just even 10 seconds into this thing, he's more aggressive.
Chapa, though, right there with a double right roundhouse kick. Now coming forward again with these punching combinations.
Man, Chapa going for it. Oh.
Yeah, he's definitely got the cage control right now, Anthony Chapa. But then a nice combination ripping to the body right there is Cameron Lewis.
I like it. Already more activity in round two. Both fighters are warmed up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, great fight between these two fighters, for sure. Great fight.
Oh, man, I think,
Oh.
that's a big punch.
Yeah, that was a good right hand right there. Lewis.
You saw Chapa, his left shoulder kind of turned back, almost turned his back all the way to Lewis. I thought it was a good opportunity for Lewis to get some wrestling in, and he chose not to. It seems like right now, neither guy interested in grappling.
They both just came to bang right now, baby. That's
Let
what's
me
going
bang,
down.
bro.
All stand up in this opening welterweight matchup here at Elevate Fighting Championship. And, you know, even Lewis has caught the foot a couple of times and just let it go. I would have thought that he would have went for a takedown, but he's opting to keep it on the feet.
Or even like a trip. Like even if you don't even have to lay down and be on top of him, but you put his back on the mat in the eyes of the judges, that's a big score in a 3-minute round.
Halfway through the second round right here.
If I was Lewis's coaches, one thing I have not been liking is how low he's been keeping his hands. It's an amateur debut. Gonna fight and learn from this fight.
Well, and especially the hands low is especially a problem if you're not using a threat of grappling. You know, if you are going to grapple, sometimes your hands do have to be a little bit lower. But so far, we haven't seen any of that. So the low hands really just means you're not protecting yourself properly.
So jab right here from Lewis.
Oh, big left hand there from Lewis.
Yeah, very nice left cross to the right hook from Lewis right here with 40 seconds left.
This is anybody's round, man. Somebody needs to take over this round.
Lewis coming forward with the hooks and the pressure. A knee right here. Chop answers back with the right hand.
Off of the break there.
30 seconds left. This one's a very, very critical moment right here for the second round.
Oh, that's a big right hand. Knock the mouthpiece out.
Oh, for a second there, I thought Lewis was stunned.
That was a big right hand right there for
I think he was stunned.
Chapa.
And again,
Good poker face. Man, they're going forward to the last 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens.
Strong finish right here.
oh, man.
Wow.
You know what? I don't know how you guys feel about that one, but to me, I felt like maybe we were looking at a Lewis round, but the two big moments of that round happened in the last 30 seconds. The punch that knocked the mouthpiece out, and then the kick in the last 5 or 10 seconds that put Lewis's back up against the cage. To me, that gave Chapa a really tight round just because he had the bigger moments.
That was a big moment right there for Chapa when he hit him with the right hook, you know what I'm saying? And he knocked the mouthpiece out. Truthfully, in my personal opinion, after Chapa landed the right hook and he knocked the mouthpiece out, he could have continued and swarmed, truthfully, in my humble opinion, you know what I'm saying? But it was a big moment, you know?
You could have, and a lot of the times, especially in these amateur bouts, the ref will stop it automatically, but if he doesn't, you kind of got to have that killer instinct. But again, that comes from experience. You got a one-fight vet going up against a debut guy. That experience may just not be there yet.
There we see Cameron Lewis's corner giving him instructions. You have to wonder, is his cornerman telling him, hey, we need the kill in this round. You're down 2. We shall see how he responds in our third and final round. Go ahead, AJ, sorry.
At a minimum, Lewis knows he has to win this round to have a chance to win the fight. Because he knows he lost round 1, I think. So he knows that this round is vital, whereas Chapa may feel like he's got 2 in the bag.
Yeah, you never know with the judges. It could be a 2-0.
Oh, no doubt.
It could be a 1-1 right now situation. You never know. So for sure, this third round is critical. You know what I'm saying?
But the one round that we know is banked is Chapa in round 1, I think.
I hear that.
Oh, there was almost some grappling. He couldn't get the takedown, but it looked like maybe he was entertaining the idea of it.
Yeah, that was the closest thing we've seen to a takedown attempt this whole fight. Good inside clinch work from these two fighters. I'd like to see some more of that. They've been working the body more than we've seen in previous fights. Sometimes you see some of the amateur fighters, they forget that the body exists as a target.
Yeah, you hear...
Big right hand and a right body kick right there from Chapa. Lewis over here going for a double leg.
I think he's got
to
finish this. I think he's got to finish it. He needs to connect those hands, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Switches to a single, maybe. Now trying to go back to a double. But you heard Colin Wright say you've got to unload right now. You've got to put it all on the line right now. So I think their corner is aware of what's going on here, and that's great takedown defense by Chapa.
Nicely done by Chapa, spinning and scoring, taking the back. Can he unleash some punishment onto Lewis?
Yeah, that was a great counter right there. Some good defense off the wall.
He's under the chin from our angle, ladies and gentlemen. We may have a finish. And Antonio Chapa with the rear naked choke finish here tonight on Elevate Fighting Championship.
Yeah, he really finished strong right there, brother. He defended against the grappling, got to the back, rear naked choke. That was all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's what you got to do in a fight that we perceive to be a pretty closely contested fight, man. You want to finish. You don't want to leave it up to these judges. And kudos to Anthony Chapa, who I think was winning the fight anyway, but making sure put an exclamation point on it and got himself his first win. Good for him.
Nicely done by Anthony Chapa. Heck of a fight there. Nice composure displayed by both fighters. And he is fired up to earn his first victory here tonight.
He is. I will say the one caveat is, dude missed weight by 2 pounds. You know, it's he's got to get that under control. It's good to get these amateur wins, but like Ricky said, it's practice. But if you're practicing at a weight that you're not going to fight at, how much are you really gaining? I think that's something that he's got to get in check before his next performance.
He still has a long career ahead of him at 21 years of age, so he'll have plenty more practice for the future. But let's make this official and hand it over to Colin Cantrell.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute, 35 seconds in round number 3. Your winner by rear naked choke, Anthony Chapa.
Congratulations to both fighters, specifically Anthony Chapa. I'm sure we'll be seeing both of them in future Elevate Fighting Championship cards.
Yeah, great fight. Respect to both fighters for sure. You know what I'm saying? That was a good fight.